Hi, it's John from The Great Explorer here. This channel is primarily about human-powered adventure, be that hiking, kayaking or biking, but by far the most questions I get asked is always about gear. Recently I've had a deluge of questions on day hikes, so today's subject is day hiking gear. I've been hiking for over 20 years now, and most of that's been day hikes. I have a love of climbing mountains. I'm on a mission to climb all the Wainwrights, which is a mountain set in England. I've also done a bunch of Munros, which is a mountain set in Scotland. I get a ton of questions on my gear, so in this video we're going to get to it. First item on my list is just my phone. I've got a bunch of apps on here for navigation, for weather and for altitude. It's also my primary camera. I keep it fully charged before I leave. I also have a battery and the wire in my pack. We've all got a phone, bring it along with you, put the apps on. Now next on the list is footwear. Footwear is incredibly important. It's what's going to determine if you have a crappy sore day full of blisters and blood, or if you're going to have a very enjoyable day, something you want to carry on and maybe do it again. Now footwear is broken down into two main categories. You've got boots and you've got trail runners. Boots to me are more for winter, things that are most compatible with crampons. They offer extra weather protection, and if you're going to get dirty and muddy, I'd rather do that in the boots than in the trail runners. On the other hand, trail runners, they're lighter, which means I can cover more distance, and they're more comfortable because I'm used to wearing trainers, like most people are. Now both trail runners and boots come in a variety of brands, which is fairly obvious. And different brands are suited better for different types of feet. You'll get people wax lyrical about a certain brand of shoe, which might not be the right shoe for you. I personally need Solomon's because they are suited to my nice skinny little girly feet. The major point you take away from this is just because your friend has a brand that she or he loves doesn't mean it's going to be best for you, which gets me onto my next point. Get a proper shoe fit. This is so important, and it was a game changer for me. I used to go for the cheapest boot available and then just run them off my feet. After a shoe fit, I was more confident in spending real money, which would give me a better boot. For some reason, everybody assumes they have wide feet. I bet you do too. Get a proper shoe fit. You can get them from most of the very large chain stores, or you can get them from your local hiking specialist. I personally use LD Mountain Centre, which is a small chain shop in Newcastle. Get a proper shoe fit, please use your local store, but more importantly, get a proper shoe fit and buy shoes that fit your feet, not your friend's feet. Okay. Let's talk packs. Now day packs range between 10 litres and 35 litres, and there is different sizes for different hikes. A 10 litre would be something I use for something local, something on a nice pleasant day. If I'm just going to walk to the local cafe, I would take my 10 litre pack. My 35 litre pack would be solely used for, say, a winter hike when I'm carrying huge amount of extra clothing, or a very warm summer hike when I'm carrying a lot of extra water. My pack of choice, and the ones I tend to gravitate, is something in between, which is called the Osprey Talon 22. You'll have seen it on a bunch of my videos previously. Now there's absolutely no need to spend big money on a day pack. I do this a lot, which is what justifies me buying the Osprey Talon 22. But if you're just doing a one-off hike, I found another bag which I have used previously from Decathlon called the Kipster, which is only $5.99. It's more than up to the job, and you get away with some good hikes just using that. Just because everybody else is using the expensive pack doesn't mean that you need to. So in my Talon 22 has a number of pockets. In the top pocket, the most accessible pocket, I carry bulk snacks. These being a particular favourite. 2 layers of carbs with delicious peanut butter in the middle. It's basically carbs and fat, which is perfect for what you need. I also carry this. It's an inflatable sit mat, because this is Britain. The floor is either cold or wet or both. This is exceptionally handy, it's very comfortable, not expensive. Get yourself a sit mat. Your arse will thank you for it later. Oh, and another breakfast bar, one with fruit in, just something different compared to the others. That's it for the top pouch. It's quite large and you can get quite a bit in there, but this is your rapid access stuff. This is the stuff you'd use all the time. Then, now on the outside of the pack it has got one of these. It's a walking pole. I tend not to use this a lot. Maybe as if I'm doing very tall mountains I will use this. This one is a Alpkit carbon long version. I use this for my centre of my tent, in one of my tents, only because it's very long. In the main pouch, it has this. There's another pocket within it. In there, I keep tea bags. I keep my first aid kit, which I've gone over many times before. Might do a separate video on that. And an emergency blanket if stuff's really gone wrong. I will use this. As you can tell, they haven't even been opened. Very cheap though, so I'll definitely grab one of those. This is normally where my car keys go as well, because it's got a little loop there to stop me from losing them. Nothing worse than getting back to the car park and you've got no car keys. Sometimes on top of the snacks I'll also carry jerky or pork pies or other trail things like nuts or sweets. Right, into the main pack now. Now that's my Jetboil Sol. It's hit or miss if I carry this. Normally I wouldn't unless it was winter for hot drinks. In summer this doesn't come with us. I would, however, in change of that, I would bring generally just a meal deal. I'm not fussy. Sandwich, packet of crisps, and a Lucozade, which is like a sugary pop in the UK. Further on into the main pack, I have a thin, warm layer. This is just a fleece. I've got a bunch of fleeces, all of different weights. I've got this lightweight one, I've got a medium weight one, and I've got a heavyweight one, which I very rarely use. So that's in there. When I get on the top of the mountain, this is what I put on. Because the top of a mountain, it's always cold. Or if I'm sitting having my dinner, I'll put this on as well. In the bottom of the pack, I have got my rain jacket. Here we are, at the bottom of the pack, just for maybe a wind layer, or at the top of the bag if I'm expecting showers at any point. In the side, I do have my Nalgene water bottle. I've had this a long time. I've had this probably as close as 6-7 years. I've got quite a lot of weird memories attached to this bottle. It's kidney shaped, so it fits easier in the side pockets. And this is my 1 litre bottle. This in the main pack though, I've definitely used this before in my videos. It's a Catadine B3. That will always come with me, and it normally gets paired up with that. On very hot days, I'll double this up and I'll have another one. But I tend just to use disposable ones you get from the shop. But these two go hand in hand. That can also use to be carried, like I said, it's got a 1 litre label on there, so you can carry a litre of water in there too. But I generally use that just to squeeze and filter into there. They're worth getting because you can cut, I mean, like a litre of water is a kilo of weight. So the more of this you carry, the more your pack weighs. Worth the money. The outside of the pack generally stays empty. Now, if the rain jacket has come off and it's wet, I will definitely put that in there. I'll put that in the outside of the pack to keep the rest of the pack inside of the pack dry. The Osprey Talon 22 is not waterproof. It is shower resistant. That's very different to waterproof. If I wanted a waterproof, I've got immersion bags which I use for kayaking. I would argue if you needed a waterproof bag, you'd probably go for something different anyway. Now the Talon 22 also has a water bladder attachment. I tend not to use this. I have used it before. I didn't find it comfortable, but it has potential to store a bladder in there. It has got the attachment points so you can thread your straw through. And I've used it before. I just didn't like it. I didn't find it comfortable. On the front of the pack, we've got the hip pockets, which I use all the time. It normally carries my snacks in there, anything like some lip balm or something like that. Anything I need rapid, I don't want to use all the time, so my snacks would definitely go in these hip pouches. They are set a little far back on my body, but price you pay. On the front as well, it also has these. So because I don't use the water bladder and the straw, in really cold weather, I'll use that to attach my gloves to it. When it comes to layering, I tend to put on and ditch layers quite frequently, so having a hat or my gloves in there is within easy reach, so I don't have to take my pack off all the time. Kind of a big deal. So that's it, people. That's everything I carry on a normal day hike. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything you carry on a day hike that I should start carrying, or stuff that you would recommend other people carry. If you found any of this of any value, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys, goodbye.